Okay, so we're back again, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to do a major upgrade to our inverter and battery setup. We have all Victron equipment in the garage that handles and takes care of our batteries. We've got a Multiplus 2 for the inverter charger. We've got a Victron solar charger, and we have the Victron battery monitoring. But I can't see what's going on down as we're traveling down the road, and I want to be able to do that. So I want to get everything connected up to Wi-Fi. If you've watched our channel before, you know that we run Wi-Fi on our PEP wave, and we're actually getting ready to do a major upgrade to that as well. Okay, so let's take a look at what's on the table here. So we've got a Serbo GX Mark II, and what this is this is kind of the brains of everything. This is going to put all of our systems together, and we're going to put this on Wi-Fi so that we'll be able to transmit this to us while we're on the road. We've got some RUVI sensors. We're going to make sure that we put these in our refrigerator and in our camper, so that our rig, so that we can, one, tell what the temperature is in the rig, and also our freezer and our refrigerator, so we'll be able to know what the temperature is in our fridge and freezer. And we'll be able to see no matter where we're at, because it's all going to be going out on Wi-Fi. Okay, and then of course this is the screen that's going to be able to, we're going to set this up inside. We have a perfect location for it. You'll get a chance to see that, get that installed. So, and then over here we've got all of the wires that are going to connect this up together. Okay, so this is the wire that's going to connect our Serbo to our Multiplus 2, and then our battery monitor and our solar right here, and then we're going to be able to get all this put together. So it's going to require me to shut everything down. I'm going to move the inverter charger, so we're going to be doing some rewiring, and I will try my best to share that with you so that you can see what's going on. And also we're going to make a little bit more room for batteries, so in the future if we want to add a battery or two, we actually will have the room to do that, because right now we just don't have the room. And I would really love to have about 8 amp hours worth of battery, and 800 amp hours worth of battery in there, so that we have plenty if we want a boondock. Right now we've only got 400 amp hours, so we need some more room. So we're gonna get to work right now, and first thing I'm gonna do, because I just got off work a little bit ago and we went and got the trailer, I'm gonna change my shirt and we're gonna get to it. Okay. Okay, so we are going to take a look at what's underneath, just so you guys can see where we're at, and then I'll kind of give you a little bit of a heads up as to which way we're going with this. So let's crawl into the garage and I'll take you on a little tour. Okay. All right, so here we got the area where everything is situated, and because this is such a big fifth wheel, we can put everything in here, but it really limits me when I'm talking about adding some batteries in here. Even if I wanted to go larger on the batteries, I just can't do it. There's just not enough room. So let's go over here. So you can see that's our surge protector right now. It's a Surge Guard surge protector. Our transfer unit is in the back, so if we wanted to hook up the generator, you know, if you've been watching our videos, you know that we can hook up to the generator that we carry with us all the time. And then back in the back, I put that light there. I'm going to remount that in a different location. We've got the solar charge controller right there, and then everything is on the board over here. So we're going to move the Multiplus 2, which is laying on its back right now. We're going to bring it out, and it's going to go over here, and then we'll be able to get access to it all the time. So so now we're going to go ahead and get to it, and actually, you're going to have a little dinner first, and then I think we'll get to it. So, all right. Hey, good morning, guys. So we are back at it this morning. I pretty much got everything demoed to get ready to do the install. So let me kind of show you what it looks like now that everything's out of the way, including the batteries, so you can see how this is all wired up. And then we'll take the covers off of a couple of the fuse or the wire blocks and wire buses, sorry, and then we'll show you how that looks. So let's get inside and take a look. Okay, so here we are, we're inside. You can kind of see I've got this all demoed right now. And make sure you can see it. And there's the charger. I did relocate that light so that we get a little better view back here. There's our negative bus, our positive bus with our 400 amp fuse, and also the inverter disconnect. Now those two items right there, I had the fuse blow and it was a real pain to get at it, so it's going to get relocated along with that disconnect so that we can get at them a lot easier. And I think when you see what I'm going to do, that you'll like it. Now we got to clean this up a little bit, but you can see how I like to keep things organized. We're going to mount our servo right over there, and then we need to run the wires for that. So hopefully I'll be able to share a little bit more of this with you. This is a very tight space, so let's see what we can do. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so we're back in the garage, and I'm going to kind of give you a little brief tour of this thing. So this is where the wires are going to get connected to for 120 volts. This is in, this is out, and these are push-in connectors. They're not screwed. So if you have to release them, you have to get a small screwdriver and put it in the top and just push it in there, and then it'll pull the wire out. So it's really important. So basically it's just, you just take this screwdriver here, put it in there, and push it until it slides in, and then you can pull it out, and then the wire will come out. Alright, so what we're going to do is show you here. L1 is the load, PE is the ground, L2 is load, and N is neutral. So you got red or black, and then white, and then of course your ground wire. So let me show you how we're going to do this, and then you guys can. Now again, I just want to have a little disclaimer here that this is how I do it. I am an electrician, but you guys have to figure this out on your own. I can't take any responsibility if you guys make a mistake, but messing with your rig's electrical can be dangerous, and you can do a couple things. You can electrocute yourself, you can cause a fire, so it's important that this be done right. If you're not comfortable with it, hire an electrician or an RV specialist, okay? All right, and hey, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
Could it mess with their warranty too?
Yeah, if your rig is new, it will mess with your warranty, so just be careful what you're doing, okay? Alright, so I'm going to hand the camera over to my camera person, and I'm going to put this rubber grommet back in here. I kind of trimmed it up a little bit. This rubber grommet is to help the wire not chafe on the side here. There's one here. We're going to put the one back in here. Okay, just want to make sure we got all this wire. So the wire that I'm going to hook up out here is the in wire, which is this wire out here. And I'm going to show you how that's done so that you can see how we do it. And so let me grab my wire, which is right behind my camera person, Stephanie. So this wire is going to come from the plug or solar panels, but mostly the plug. And we're going to strip this out.
He keeps moving his hands on me.
Okay. So we're going to take the clamp. This is a hold down clamp in here that I'm messing with right here. So we're going to take this out for the moment. And we'll put it back in once we get the wire in place. There we go.
It's about time, huh?
Yeah, these are a little bit crooked. So you take your nut driver and you can use that to straighten them out a little bit.
Magic tool, huh?
Okay. All right. Okay. So now this is a pretty thick wire. You can use. I'm going to use a number 6 wire, and y'all are probably going to go, "What?" Yeah, that's pretty thick. But that's actually what they use to connect up to a 50 amp on the outside. So you want to make sure that you get plenty of this cable. So take it up there, put it up, put your finger there, or mark it with a pen. And then we're going to strip it. And I don't have a stripper that can handle this big of a wire, so we're just going to use a utility knife.
So what kind of cord is this?
This is a 6-3. Pick it up at Home Depot. All right, anywhere you can that has electrical. So we're going to make sure we do this one too. Black.
How many feet did you get, or does it come in a certain amount?
No, I just could buy it by the foot. So, and it's not cheap, so only get what you really need. Copper is still expensive. I don't know that, I hope that it'll come down. I know they're talking about mining a lot more copper in the US. That would be great, because then we don't have to rely on China for our copper. Alright, now let's do the same thing with this one here. Alright, so now, this is the fun part. Everybody's going to go, how are you going to get these to line up? Well, that's what I'm about to show you. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put these through. And I'm going to pull it all the way up, like that. And then one at a time, I'm going to bend it over. And then, hang on just a minute. I gotta grab a little pair of pliers. And then we're going to bend this back. Okay, same with this one. And finally this one. So now we can use this, and this is L1, so we're going to push this in just like that. Go until it won't go anymore. And then we're going to grab the pliers. And we're going to grab the pliers and pull back on it to make sure it took. And it did. Okay? And then we're going to do that the same way with the, let's use the black, because the neutral will be last. Well, the ground actually, we'll use the ground last. And we'll just push all this together, make sure it's in there. Okay. Okay. Alright, good. I'll leave that last one in there. Okay. Grab it and make sure it comes back, doesn't come back out. Oh, so this one came back out, so it's probably not enough wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip some more off.
How to twist it out?
A little bit. Okay. Have to, you can grab your nut driver and push it in a little bit farther. And I felt it pop, so that should do it. Let's just check it. That's good. Okay. Then finally, our ground. go. Just want to make sure it got in there. That's good. Okay. So there you go. Those three are now in. And we want to leave that loop right there. I wouldn't take it out. I would leave it there. So now we're going to put the clamp back on. Now the other wire is going to be a little more difficult because it's still in the fifth wheel. So we'll lay this down in there before we put it in and connect it up. Okay. Now there are some guys out there that will go, well, let's put this in conduit. But I'll tell you right now, running a number 6 wire in conduit is not an easy thing to do. So I don't choose to do that. I just leave the shield on it and run it that way. Okay. That should do. Yep, good. Alright, so we're going to take this one off. Set it off to the side for now. Alright, so now we need to mount this thing on this board that it's on. So we're going to take it off and get the mount for it, which is underneath. Okay, so the next step is to get the mount installed for the Multiplus 2. So we're going to install it right about here. Just to make sure it's level. So that's it. That's 7 inches. About there. Okay. Alright, so that's the mount. Now let's worry about this right here. First thing we have to do is we need to swap these. This cable right here is actually going to run down. So we actually could leave it here and we'll run it down. And we'll move this up a little bit more. So this goes into the red side of the inverter. Okay, and if you didn't know, this is a 4-aught cable. Okay, welding cable, and you can get it off Amazon. I'll leave a link below, along with all of the lugs. So we'll go ahead and get this mounted. And I need this right there. That's not going to work.
Was that a star head or what?
Yeah. And I'm just using deck screws. Nothing seriously difficult, but I like the deck screws because they have a self-tapping head on them. Okay, so I'm going to need to get some wire mounts out, and then we'll get that mounted. Now, one thing I'm probably going to do, I'm not quite sure why this has got red tape on it. Oh, I see why. Okay. Well, that's no problem. We can...
You mean black tape?
Or black tape, yeah. Oh, this is all right. I don't know why this is black taped up. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right. That's good. Okay, so that's mounted. This is mounted. Now we need to take this bottom one off, because the other wiring is going to be coming from this location right here, and we're going to need to drill this out here. So I'll show you how we're going to do that here in just a minute. So what we need to do is turn this around, or actually we're going to take this off. This is what we need.
Some Allen wrenches.
Yep. Okay, so we're just going to take that off, set it off to the side, and then we're going to get some new screws for that. We can use these first. Let's fix the brick. Let it go. Okay. Find a couple more screws. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, now we're just going to put this back over here so it doesn't get waylaid or misplaced somewhere. And we'll set this off to the side too.
What size screws are there, do you know?
They're just a standard screw.
So they're the same as what you have over here on the mount, huh?
Yep. Okay, so now we're gonna slide this back. Get this out of the way. And then let's take the camera into the garage so you can see where we're at, and we'll do a little bit of measuring so we know where to drill this hole. Okay? It's a beautiful Texas day. Sunshine, but it's not too hot. Probably in the upper 70s. Okay.
Like the weather, stay around a bit.
Just so you can see the weather. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. A little bit of wind, that's keeping the temp down, which is good. Keeping the humidity lower. Okay. All right, so we want to make sure we're no more than 6 inches from the edge. And then the bottom of the hole is at 3 inches. So again, we're going to go 6 inches from the edge, no more than 6 inches from the edge, and we want to go up 3 inches. So this wire right here is the wire going to our fuse panel or our breaker box. So that'll be the out. The reason why I did the other cable that way is because I don't want to have to try to do both of those under here. Having one done already really helps out, and then I'll I can run this up inside, and it makes it a lot easier. So let's head back to the garage and we'll cut that hole out.